The two readings today speak about a mystery that repeats itself throughout salvation history. God sent someone, and the people rejected him. In the first reading from Genesis, we see that Joseph was particularly loved by his father Jacob. God later renamed him Israel. His brothers grow jealous, the jealousy becomes hatred, and the hatred becomes violence. We just heard how terrible his brothers treated him. Joseph is not rejected because he did something wrong, but because he was a chosen. Then in the gospel, Jesus tells the parable of the vineyard, which describes how the tenants kill the owner's servant. As if that were not enough, those wicked men even killed the owner's son. The servants, who represent the prophet, were rejected, and Jesus himself, represented by the owner's son, would also be rejected and crucified. Human history often responds to God's gifts with resistance. But here is the astonishing, the surprising part of the gospel. God transforms rejection into salvation. When Jesus quotes the Psalm 118, the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Looks like the failure becomes the foundation of everything. St. Augustine offers a beautiful reflection of this psalm. He identifies the stone rejected by the builders with Christ, with Jesus Christ in the resurrection. Remember, the builders were the Jewish leaders. Yet this very suffering is established by God as the essential cornerstone that holds the church together. So the rejection of Christ becomes the fact through which God builds something greater. St. Paul reminds us in the first letter of to the Corinthians 1:18, the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. Forgive me this colloquial expression, but it fits perfectly. No hay mal que por bien no venga. Better for you if I say, every cloud has a silver lining. Let us not be afraid if we experience rejection for speaking in the name of Jesus. Sometimes the good we try to do is not welcome, but in God's hands, nothing is wasted. As we know, Joseph's betrayal eventually saved his family during the famine. Christ's rejection brought salvation to the world. Sometimes God sends someone into our life or sends us somewhere for a call to conversion. Though we welcome it, though we or they resist it because it distorts our or their comfort, there is no doubt that Jesus continues to be rejected by many and perhaps even by us in these times. Yet this means that even after every rejection, Jesus continues to become the cornerstone of our lives. Now, we know that God's mercy is infinite, but we should do our best to keep minds and hearts open to the words of wisdom, to the voice of Jesus, who calls us daily to conversion, a conversion that is not a simple or single decision, but a long and ongoing process.